Hey, what's up, guys? So here's an interesting article about extreme morning sickness in the Mamamia.com in Australia's website. So the sister-in-law who know what it is really like to suffer from hyperemesis gravidarium. Okay, so that's extreme morning sickness, which I actually know quite a bit about this because my wife during her first pregnancy also had some extreme morning sickness. So here you go. There's the rockin' moms and the sisters or whatever. Want to know part of the reason why the Duchess of Cambridge magically looks so glorious immediately after delivering her babies? It most likely has to do with the debilitating morning sickness known as hyperemesis gravidarium, HG, that she was reported to have suffered from during at least her first two pregnancies. The symptoms of HG, severe nausea, vomiting, and dehydration, occur whilst a woman is pregnant, meaning that once the baby is born, the symptoms usually disappear. It's something that sister-in-law Gemma Taylor and Jenny Sewell, I don't know how to say that, know from first-hand experience. Between them, they have had 5 pregnancies and have suffered extreme pregnancy sickness with all of them, and HG with 3. Luckily, they've also had each other. The sisters-in-law own and run Palmeria Sandals together, a shoe company which they had just started when Gemma fell pregnant for the first time. Gemma, 34, is currently 18 weeks pregnant with her 3rd pregnancy and is mom to a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old. Since her first pregnancy, she's gained a lot of knowledge about how HG affects her body, but recalls that the first time she relied on Jenny's understanding while the business was in its early stages. My life just stopped for 2 months, she recalls. It started as soon as I fell pregnant, nausea 24/7. Gemma found herself unable to get out of bed, so severe were her symptoms. She found the most difficult part was dealing with constant vomiting. Trying to find food you can keep down was so difficult. I couldn't eat and not vomit it up. That was exactly my wife's first pregnancy. She had the same thing for pretty much the whole time. Gemma believes that on the worst days, HG caused her to vomit up 20 times a day. Despite the severity of her symptoms, Gemma found it difficult to find medical assistance. The GP didn't really take it seriously. He thought it would settle, she said. So despite knowing something was very wrong, Gemma suffered HG in the first pregnancy without a formal diagnosis and without medication. But Gemma knew the second time that she needed real help and a proper treatment plan. It was one thing with the first one to be in bed and have no energy, but I couldn't do that as a mom. I knew I had to do something, because I can't look after an older child and be so sick with my pregnancy. After a lot of persistence, Gemma did eventually find a doctor who recognized her symptoms for what they were, HG. With sadness, Gemma says, even the medical profession, a lot of people just don't understand. They think it's just normal morning sickness and it will pass, or that it can't be that bad. Part of the reason Gemma is speaking up now is to raise awareness about HG so that other moms-to-be know that they are hurt and they're not alone. The key is to ask for help and insist on getting it. Look for it until you find the support you need. Gemma counts herself lucky that in her 3rd pregnancy she hasn't been as unwell, because caring for the kids when you have HG was next to impossible. Looking back at her first pregnancy, Gemma says, I was so lucky to have Jenny as a business partner who supported me when I couldn't work. For Jenny, 32, now a mom of 2, the first pregnancy experience was somewhat different. I was under the care of an obstetrician, and he basically said, you just have to get through it, even though I'd lost 6.5 kilos. All right, so a kilo is about 2.2 pounds, so she lost somewhere around 16 pounds, 18 pounds, something like that. My wife probably lost 20, 25 pounds during her pregnancy. Holding back tears at the memory, Jenny says it was a very lonely experience. I was really depressed. It wasn't a joyous time. The kids that made HG worth it. Definitely gorgeous little kiddos. It was difficult for Jenny to embrace her pregnancy. I didn't want to think anything baby or talk about being pregnant. I broke down in the baby shop. I didn't want to buy anything for the baby. Because the doctor refused to acknowledge it, I didn't have a name for it that I could tell people. And so she suffered in silence with her sister-in-law Gemma, her main support. The isolation is one of the reasons why Jenny is passionate about raising awareness of the condition. But both women want pregnant moms with HG to know there's hope. Within 1 hour of giving birth, I felt like $1 million. Jenny remembers, I was dancing around and wearing lipstick for the first time in months. There will be an end to it, and I promise it's all worth it. Well, guys, this article is a really good article. Bringing HG awareness and extreme morning sickness awareness to people in need is very important. And what I would suggest to all the moms or possible moms to be is to take your B vitamins, specifically B6. If it's taken regularly, and I believe not very much, but if it's taken regularly and only about 200 milligrams per day before getting pregnant, then it could possibly eliminate morning sickness entirely. That's basically what my wife did during her second pregnancy, and she did not have HG symptoms. She did not puke the entire time. She had a much better pregnancy, and it was amazing for all of us. So take your B vitamins. B vitamins work best as a team. You should definitely have your B vitamins in a complex as well. Just taking a B complex 100 could help with a lot of mood and a lot of other things. But it's like a good baseball team. You need the whole team on the field to get the job done. You can't just take a B6 by itself, because there's this teeter-totter effect between the Bs. They're all linked to one another. So when your B6s go up, I believe it'll lower your B12s. And so you want to keep your B12s up, because that will help you with a lot of things, including energy levels. So take a B complex, maybe take a B6 in addition to, possibly, you may see some benefits. But yeah, in general, most people are going to benefit from taking B vitamins. Not everybody needs them, but from my experience, a lot of people will benefit from them. So stay healthy, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And if you know anybody suffering from extreme morning sickness, please share this video with them. Learn more about B vitamins, B6, the B complex 100. Me personally, I take a B complex at least once, maybe 2 or 3 times daily, and it has helped me tremendously. Check out my other videos on B vitamins like niacin. And thanks, guys. Like, share, subscribe.